More than 235 years ago, our forebears signed the Declaration of Independence. It was a revolutionary document. The men that signed it were signing their death warrant. They knew that the greatest imperial power the world had ever seen was coming after them. This is an important July 4th message. I intended to take this day off and celebrate the liberties we've still got left today. But over the weekend and today, ABC News, Time Magazine, all over the place, without even trying to tune in, there was this message that the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence was outdated and bad and evil. There's a lot of different attacks I've seen them launching over the years, but the main one is that it's outdated, like a horse and buggy whip compared to the automobile, when it's the opposite. The ideas enshrined in the Declaration of Independence, Constitution, Bill of Rights, are the foundation of all modern liberty and freedom and jurisprudence. It's been the model of freedom. Whether you were in Asia, from Japan, right through what's Pakistan and India today, to Europe, Africa, Mesoamerica, all of these systems were tyrannical. The people were complete slaves. They had corrupt ruling classes that dominated them and kept the underclasses uneducated and poor as a mode to control them. This is the history of humans. And the Declaration of Independence and the ideas that are enshrined in it was the flower of the Enlightenment, the greatest expression of the Renaissance. Everything good in Western culture, private property, the right to defend yourself, the right to practice your own religion or not practice a religion. All of these things were enshrined in more. The right to control your own family and not have the state come take your children away to conscript them to be slaves. This was revolutionary, and it is now under assault, not by something new and better, but by all the same old ideas that tyrants have brought forward. And they have all these fake intellectuals on the controlled left and right come out and tell you how the Constitution, Bill of Rights is bad, how it's antiquated, how in this age of space shuttles and computers, we don't need it, and how did the farmers who were the founders, how did they think that they could ever create a document that would survive into the future? Well, I'll tell you what hadn't changed is human nature. And humans act exactly the same. You read that Declaration of Independence about checkpoints and home searches without warrants and out-of-control taxes and regulations and police brutality. Read the Declaration of Independence. It's only a page long. The system does not want you to read it. It's about kangaroo courts and being, basically taken to faraway places. Everything that's happening now, the illegal wars, the secret arrest, the torture, the usurpation, the taxation without representation, the big foreign multinational corporate British empire controlled by corporate interests coming in and setting up laws to cheat little people. It's the same old globalism we were fighting as the new globalism, the modern neo-colonial mercantilism. And that's why the system is demonizing the Bill of Rights and Constitution. That's why they're coming out against it. Because America is being imploded, just like Greece, just like Ireland, and every other major industrialized country by the Ponzi scheme banking cartel. And the Bill of Rights and the Constitution stands in the way of that. It's all over the news today that Greece is losing almost all their liberties, the birthplace of democracy, that they are losing all their sovereignty to the private cartel that came in and induced them to get into the Ponzi scheme that was impossible to pay back. We are controlled by those same interests. And so we've always known they're attacking the Bill of Rights and Constitution, the Second Amendment, the First Amendment. But now they're out in the open telling us how great it is to get rid of it, how wonderful it is to not have warrants, how great it is to be spied on, how wonderful it is to have open borders. It's a corporate global government, a new bank of the world that we'll pay our carbon taxes to. It's total tyranny by the new aristocratic class that's basically merged with the old elites. And to just see talk radio, the internet, Newsweek, newspapers. Everywhere I go, there is the talking points of attacking the Bill of Rights and Constitution. And then, of course, there's the other talking point of, well, some of the founders had slaves. The whole world had slaves at that time. It was these ideas that said that individuals innately had an organic right to not be slaves. And it was those ideas that led to the end of slavery all over the world. Now we have more modern types of debt slavery and bureaucratic slavery that we're under. And many areas of the world still have slavery, but you never hear these academics talking about that. Why do they attack the Bill of Rights and Constitution? Why do they attack the Declaration of Independence? Because it is the most modern idea. It's the system that created all this wealth and ingenuity, and that's why it's under attack. We're going from liberty into corporate collectivism. Anti-free market, anti-capitalism. It's called crony capitalism, but it's not even really capitalism. It's a crony, insider, monopoly man system that has declared war on the Bill of Rights and Constitution and your family. When you see someone on the news demonizing the Constitution, Bill of Rights, demonizing the 4th of July, it's because they're globalists. They're corporate agents who are not free market, who want to usurp and enslave you and your family, and it should make your blood boil. We've known they've been eroding it for a long time from behind the scenes at the edges. Now they're destroying the heart of the document in front of everyone. Obama is launching wars and telling Congress he doesn't need to even get any approval from them to do it, in total violation of the Constitution. Once you get away from rules and checks and balances on power, you have a tyranny. And finally we see Ron Paul and even liberals like Nadler, the congressman, saying Obama is becoming an emperor, and the next president will have that power as well. And so the corporate offshore interest, through their puppet emperors, have total control over us, and our shields, our hedge of protection, is dropped. They're scared of the spirit of 1776 and July 4th for a reason. They demonize it for a reason, because it's the equivalent of holy water and a silver cross to vampires. Discover its power. Save the Republic. Discover the spirit of liberty and defeat the New World Order. That's it.